Like, I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, let me not go in this frame. His ball's about to slip out. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Lit Fam. Dang. Now today, bro, we got visiting the most obese city in the world. 76% are overweight by Ruhi Sinet Documentaries. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to him if you guys want to see more content like this. This guy keeps popping up on my recommendation, and something's telling me that I just need to react to him. So this video literally has like 8.1 million in one day. So this dude is going absolutely ballistic, but he makes, you know, videos about very interesting topics, so it makes sense. And without further ado, make sure you grab your popcorn and let's see.
This is McAllen, the most obese city in the world.
Here,
really?
Nearly 1 in every 2 people is obese, and most of the rest—
Wait, 1 in every 2 people? That's the crazy ratio.
—live above a healthy weight. The people we see outside are facing serious health problems and a high risk of early death every day.
As I drive, I pass one fast food place after another, 10 in 2 minutes. This isn't urban planning, this is fast food corridor.
See, that's one thing that I wish would change more, is that that there would be like, because the thing is, all right, chat, we can't just completely take away fast food, and here's the reason why, bro. Fast food, as much as people want to say like, oh, don't eat it, it gets you fat, blah, 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 but dude, it's a really good option for the price wise for families that, you know, can't afford things and stuff too much. Like, I literally remember, you know, going to places and using coupons and stuff, and it was at fast food places. You don't have coupons, you don't have good deals at places that, you know, actually serve healthy food and stuff. There's not, I would guess, fast food places that are really healthy, and then the ones that are like the Chipotle's, I guess the kind of Chick-fil-A's or whatever is relatively healthy and stuff. They say Taco Bell is healthy. I just don't think the food quality there is good, but it's like those places, they're more expensive, right? So it's a battle, because you have to choose between, you know, staying in budget or eating healthy, and that choice becomes even harder when you obviously have a family of 3, 4, 5 people, sometimes even more depending on your situation and stuff. People with big families, and it's just like, you know, fast food is just the best option most times, bro. Like, I even catch myself, you know, when I want to just get something quick or whatever, just get McDonald's and stuff, not because, oh, it's so good, blah blah blah, even though I love the fries, but it's just, it's a decent, you know, decent option for the price and stuff. So it's just like, I just wish there was, I wish the fast food places were replaced with places that serve like real healthy food at that same price and stuff, because then I feel like overall obesity would lower, because there wouldn't be so much temptation everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like these industries and stuff, they're just pushing out fat shit, and because that's what everybody wants and appeals to, and you know, it's not technically everybody's fault, even though you still got to control yourself. But yeah, sorry about that rant, chat. I just feel like you know, in the world, that's a really big problem, you know?
The city is designed to fatten people until they are so heavy that they can't leave their beds.
Last time I was weighed, I was 765. My current weight is unknown. I have not walked out of my room outside yet.
People in McAllen order fast food as often as 3 times a day, and the trend isn't slowing down. Locals here have a strong appetite for deep-fried, oily, creamy dishes. They eat almost 3 times more than their body needs every day.
It's 2,250 calories, and this is just one. That's
the thing, chat. It's like, in order to get super big, like, you guys don't understand, like, you have to eat a shit ton of food daily. And I'm, you know, I'm kidding, because depending on your height, weight, and everything, you have like a maintenance, like a maintenance calories, right? And the only way for you to really like gain a whole pound of fat just from like a day of eating, if you eat like 3 times that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think it's 3 times, but either way, it's a lot of calories, especially if you are on the taller, heavier side. So in order to just keep getting bigger from there, keep getting bigger and bigger, you are eating an extreme amount of calories, bro, and it's unnecessary at that point. Like, it's just, at some point, you're just eating for fun.
It's very common.
Many people drink hundreds of liters of Coke a year instead of water, as demand is so high. Coca-Cola operates a massive distribution center here. We've been out here for 20 minutes, and I haven't seen a single person walking, jogging, or biking. Sidewalks, crossings, and bike lanes hardly exist.
Walking in McAllen is impossible. There's no shade, and there's no safe way to cross.
Yeah,
we're visiting.
See, that's a problem too, though, because there are certain, like, these type of cities and stuff, it's just solely dependent on cars and trucks and stuff, and there's not really like, it doesn't like encourage you to go out and walk and stuff, you know? Even where I live kind of right now, it's not like a very walk friendly and stuff. Like, there's places to go where it's walk friendly, close and everything, but just in total, like, the neighborhood, it's just focused on just having cars right here and stuff, and you can still walk anyways. It doesn't matter, you know? But it's just the fact that cities are just built to be, I don't know how to say it, when, like, what's the word for when it's just built for just cars and stuff? Like, there's a certain word for that, but anyways, that's my point, is that cities are not built for, you know, walking around and doing stuff anymore, bro.
To observe the people who live in the city.
There's another brunch place. Wow. There's another restaurant.
It's like a fast food trap.
Yeah.
I've been to malls all around the world, but I've never seen this before.
Right at the entrance of the mall,
Oh
there are
my
motorized
gosh.
scooters. As you can see, some of them have already been taken. It's early in the morning. These are for people who don't want to walk.
Locals' level of
Yo, okay, I understand for people with disabilities, that is a good thing to have. But dude, if you're just using it just to use it, bro, like, come on, dude. Just walk around a goddamn mall. There's places to sit like this and stuff. If you need to take a seat, like, bro, you do not need to be going on scooter. Like, this guy, he doesn't even look that overweight or whatever. He's just using it, bro.
activity has reached a point where even walking through a store feels exhausting. And this is the case all across McAllen.
Again, in the entrance, you can see motorized scooters for people who don't want to walk.
Obesity is everywhere we pass through. Huge waistlines, sagging skin, thighs rubbing against each other. Seeing someone...
Now, I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to use those kind of things at the store and stuff when you don't have a severe disability and where you need to use it. But like, it's kind of disrespectful for the people that like actually need to use it. Like, imagine you need to use a disability thing and you just see someone that's like, you know, on the obese side or whatever, but they're perfectly healthy and they're just riding around in that bitch for no reason. Like,
then a healthy weight is almost an exception. People
zoom in
are
on
walking
cheeks is crazy.
slowly, struggling to carry their own weight.
McAllen is the most obese city. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because we have a lot of good food here. A lot of greasy foods.
Yeah,
McAllen is
that's
a
what it
small,
is, the grease,
low-income
bro.
Texas city near the Mexican border with over 500 fast food.
That's the thing people don't get. I'm sorry, I'm yapping a lot this video, but I don't care. You guys can click off if you don't like it. I really don't give a shit. But what's it called? The thing about, you know, eating greasy foods and fast food and stuff is that if you like replace that with 90% whole foods and things with just one ingredient and stuff, you can eat the same amount of calories. It's not going to affect you as much as having those greasy and fatty foods, bro. Like, you're not going to gain the same amount of weight and stuff. That's why, like, I always advocate, you know, for people that get scared of diets or whatever. Like, it's not necessarily you need to go on like a strict diet. Like, yes, you have to have, you know, kind of a calorie deficit or whatever, but it don't have to be extreme to where you're literally starving yourself. You can eat the same amount that you're eating, but just whole foods and fruits and stuff and good stuff that actually fill you up with a lot of fiber and everything, and it'll give you that satiated feeling to where, you know, you just feel full while eating less. And it's just better for you overall, because getting obese is not just about the look and the physical appearance of yourself. It's about your health. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important part, you know? Like, people don't want to be obese because they want to be healthy and want to live longer.
Establishments for a population of 150,000. The fast food density here is nearly 6 times the US average. Even traditional dishes have also been turned into high-calorie meals, loaded with cheese and fried ingredients. Brandon is a dietitian in McAllen.
What is the most common problem your patients have?
Knowing how many calories are in the food you're eating and knowing portion sizes.
America is known for its oversized portions, while in Mexico, wasting food is considered inappropriate. McAllen, located on the border between these two countries, is influenced by both cultures. People try to finish huge portions, even when they are already full.
There are people here who eat over like 10,000 calories a day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alongside these cultural habits, obesity here...
Yeah, that's a good word he just said, because I was just about to say that. I feel like it's a cultural thing where it's just, you know, even me when I was growing up, stuff, you're taught to not waste food because, you know, people are in worse situations than you and they would never waste food and stuff. So you're taught to like finish your plate at all times. And I feel like that can, you know, as you grow up and stuff, it can kind of affect you a little bit, because if you get an oversaturated amount of food, then you're just going to want to eat it because you're like, damn, I have to eat this, like, or else I'm wasting food and stuff. And that's not always the case every time, you know?
It's also driven by urban planning that discourages movement. This city is built for cars. Most parts are not located in the city center. If you leave your house and walk, it takes about 2 hours to reach them. By car, it still takes around 20 minutes.
I think the average is that most people spend less than 20 minutes a day exercising. So very high amounts of food, very low amounts of exercise.
How many steps on average do you take a day?
I don't know, man, but I tried to walk a mile at least.
A mile is only 2,000 steps, far below the 10,000 recommended for a healthy adult. But that goal is hard to reach for most locals here.
I will say 10,000 steps is pretty hard to reach. Just to give you guys like an example, when I was like really in my fitness stage and everything, I'm gonna get back to it very soon. I take a decent amount of steps still, but back then when I was like grinding steps, and you guys see me with the abs and everything, I was literally walking for like 2 hours a day. So I was walking on the treadmill when I woke up for about 45 to 50 minutes, sometimes an hour and stuff. And those steps would take me and get me about, I would say, 4,000 to 5,000 10,000 steps, I think it was. And I was just walking straight. But then when I go to the gym later on and I walk on an incline and stuff, so that increases, you know, the fat burning process and everything. But the steps were still about like 4,000 or so. So just from those walking is about 8,000 steps. You take about 1 to 2,000 just normally, I think, hopefully. But if you don't, then obviously it's way lower than that. So that can add up to about closer to the 10,000, whatever. But it's still pretty hard because lots of people are not, you know, taking those walks in the morning when they wake up or don't have the time for it or, you know, have work and stuff. But, you know, it's just things you got to do to make up for it. But I can understand why it's hard for just normal people to try to hit 10,000 steps.
How do they exercise with no park?
Yeah, there are parks. I think it's hot outside, so sometimes people just don't want to be outside.
With year-round heat and humidity near 90 degrees Fahrenheit, outdoor exercise is even harder. Staying active usually means paying for a gym. In the fast food city, ads attack your subconscious at every corner.
More food, more fun.
This restaurant is directly targeting parents.
Some restaurants' promotions like kids eat free actually ensures that bad dietary habits build up early in life and stick forever.
Today in the United States, 4 out.
Well, is that an IHOP though? Because I ain't gonna lie, I gotta have IHOP once in a while, bro. Like, that, yo, those pancakes are so good. If you guys like the Mexican tres leches pancakes, best pancakes I ever had, bro. No cap.
Out of 10 children are overweight, and half of these children are expected to become obese by the age of 35. One of the main reasons for this is that fat cells formed during childhood are permanent. Even if weight is lost, these cells do not disappear and continue to send hunger signals to the brain.
I don't know if I was 11.
Wait, what? I never knew about that fact. That's actually insane to think about. The fat cells you develop as a kid carries on to your adult life and it doesn't go away. That actually kind of explains though, you know, why if you see like kids that are more on the obese side and stuff, which is like, dude, I hate seeing that, bro. Because it's like, dude, what are you, like, why is the kid eating so much that they're already obese at like the age of 7 or 8 or something, bro? Like, that don't make no goddamn sense to me. But anyways, so all that fat that they have carries on and it doesn't go away. So I could get why it's probably like harder for them to lose weight when you're already starting obese at a very young age.
But
still,
that's said 260.
Later in this documentary,
wait, what did he say?
L said
continue to send hunger signals to the brain.
I don't know if I was 11, but the scale said 260.
My nigga, yo, 260 pounds at 11. It doesn't matter what age he was. He's obviously referring to an adolescence age where he was younger, you know, younger than an adult age. 260. Even adults shouldn't weigh 260, bro. Even if you're like tall and stuff, still, I think the average, like if you're like 6 something, be like 225 or so, being in peak shape or whatever. But it's like, dude, 260 as an 11-year-old kid, bro. Like, how?
Documentary, we're also going to see the harsh reality of being 750 pounds from one of the heaviest people in the world.
I would eat and I would get full, but my mind would tell me, oh, it's good, keep going.
Like this, right?
Yeah, just like that and this one.
To understand why obesity is all around the city, I'll spend a day eating like a typical local does in McAllen.
I started the day with a 390-calorie coffee before breakfast.
This
390 calorie coffee for breakfast. I've never been a coffee fan, chat. I don't know if I'm weird for that. I don't really like coffee at all. I do like the frappuccinos and stuff from like Starbucks, but I definitely cut down on those because those have so many calories and they're not really worth it to me, bro.
is just a quick wake-me-up drink for this.
But sometimes I will get them.
Consider this as a dessert or a coffee.
Coffee.
And the portion size. Is this a large portion?
Not too large.
It's 9:30, time for breakfast.
Okay.
Locals are buzzing around this place, waiting in line for a table inside. The buttery smell hits me the moment
I do kind of feel bad for like just kind of the random people that are getting filmed and, you know, those little zoom ins he's doing to like the obvious obese people. It kind of like makes me feel a little way about that, but you know, I know it's just for documentary purposes and everything, but I don't know, chat. Am I weird for feeling that way?
I walk in.
A lot of different options.
Like they're just going throughout the day.
Get fat or get unhealthy, you have a lot of way to go. Which one is the most local way to go?
Everyone loves our big chocolate pancakes with butter and syrup. We have the best pancakes in the city.
What do we have here?
Scrambled eggs with American cheese, bacon, 2 chocolate chip pancakes with butter on each of these, which adds, you know, extra calories.
Really sugary. It's a dessert, it's not a breakfast. How many calories are these in total?
1,100, 1,200 calories in total.
We're here to pay. There are a lot of
pretty
snacks
typical,
that you can buy here. We just ate. Why would we need these junk foods?
It's been only 2
Wait, they're selling candy and stuff and all that? I've never, wait, what?
Snacks that you can buy here. We just ate. Why would we need?
I've never seen something like this, bro. You're going into a restaurant and then they got a little convenience store with all the kinds of candy and say, oh my gosh. Now, if this isn't promoting obesity, I don't know what else is. That's crazy. Like, they just got done eating. Why are we trying to get them to buy more stuff like this? And it's just all candies.
These junk foods. It's been only 2 hours.
Holy.
And in McAllen, breakfast is often followed by dessert. Our next stop is a bakery.
There are no calorie counts.
No calorie counts here.
Cream-filled buns, glazed donuts, sprinkled cookies.
To be fair, a lot of places don't have calorie counts though, chat. I feel like the only places that have calorie counts is the ones that like promote themselves as healthy, like the Chipotle's, even Chick-fil-A. Well, I think it's actually mandated now to like show certain nutrition facts. But yeah, if you go places like these random donut shops and stuff, they're not gonna have the calorie contents of the donuts or cookies or whatever they're selling.
Lined up for people to choose from. A single cookie like this can have 500 calories, and most people don't stop at one.
The taste is very good.
If someone eats 3, that's around 1,500 calories, almost a full day's worth of energy. When consuming something sugary like this, blood sugar spikes, and the body releases insulin hormone to bring it down. Locals usually enjoy their pastry with a coffee, so we stepped.
See, that's the thing with pastries and stuff. That is like my killer. Like when I start to get on more of the heavier side, that's my killer, bro. Just those fucking pastries, especially these sugar cookies. I am obsessed with the sugar cookies. You know, the little cookies that have the frosting on it and they're soft. Oh my gosh, those are my killer. Those, even some good old donuts, some danishes and stuff like those kill you because you eat 3 or 4 of them and that's already almost 1,000 calories, bro. And it's like, fuck, god damn, and it don't even be feeling like it. You know what I'm saying?
Coffee shop next door.
It has 8 Oreos, 4 scoops of ice cream, whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and 4 shots of espresso.
Do people usually order this?
Yes.
We have a big coffee.
I'm holding half of what most people should consume in an entire
one drink, 900 calories, bro. Like, that's insane, bro.
Day. This is around 920 calories. This
oh
drink
my
has as much sugar as
131 grams of sugar in this one drink. Yo, chat. Let's see how much sugar should a normal human digest daily.
The American Heart Association recommends that free sugar intake be limited to 6% of total daily energy needs, or 36 grams, 1.3 ounces, 9 teaspoons.
So it's recommended that you should have about 36 grams of sugar per day, bro. And this motherfucker has 130.
33 sugar cubes.
Jesus Christ.
Eating like this frequently doesn't just cause visible weight gain, but it also leads to visceral fat. This hidden fat surrounds vital organs, posing a risk of deadly diseases.
And that's the bad part. It's not about the outside fat. It's about the inside when it starts growing around your organs and stuff and starts to cause things to fail. That's why people that are bigger, they tend to have like more heart problems and stuff because there's a lot of visceral fat, like he said, growing around these areas and making it hard for the heart to function or beat correctly and stuff.
Because I started the day with very sugary meals, my insulin spiked and then crashed, causing my energy to drop and making me hungry again within an hour.
Yep.
We're ordering what the locals are having once more.
Can I have whatever the customer in front of me ordered?
He's order number 3, a large Coke, regular fries, and a triple patty burger with 3 slices of cheese. Do you want that?
Yes, please.
Damn.
That was fast.
Okay.
At any time of the day, fast food has its crowd here. There are 8 cars ahead of us.
It took like 4 minutes for us to get our meal.
Visceral fat, this hidden fat with very...
Can I have whatever the...
Patty.
At any time of the day, fast food has its crowd here. There are 8 cars ahead of us.
It took like 4 minutes for us to get our meal, and it's very accessible.
This entire menu is equal to 2,250 calories.
It's a common combo.
Like, bro, 100 grams of sugar, and that all comes from this Coke right here, bro.
Well, very few people will have like a burger without fries or without a Coke.
We're heading into the supermarkets in town.
See, that's the thing, like my thing, I don't know. I feel like there's like no excuses to be downing a whole bunch of soda when there's so much good options. The zero, I'm not talking about diet sodas. I'm talking about the zero soda. Those are the ones that taste the absolute closest to the real thing. Like Sprite Zero is literally the best thing to ever be invented, bro. Sprite Zero, Coke Zero, anything zero. Like there's actually flavored sodas that are zero now, bro. Like you could literally get any Coke or you could get any flavor of soda and they'll have a zero version of it, bro. So it's like kind of no excuse to be just downing all this sugar and shit. And I know some people are like, oh, it doesn't taste the same, blah, blah. And yes, to an extent, yes, that's true. But dude, like for me, the Sprite Zero tastes exactly the same. And I've drunken it so much that drinking regular soda seems like way too sugary for me. I don't like how it tastes now.
Cooking dinner like a local, we came here to get some ingredients. The products on the shelves are another reason people in McAllen are getting fat.
When you're picking snacks, you know, most people are gonna go for chips.
Eating a big bag of chips every day
adds about
33,000 extra calories a month, equal to 9 pounds of body fat.
Those are pretty small bags, so maybe at one time people have 1 or 2.
Throughout the day, many consume foods that are high in energy, zero in nutrition. These are called empty calories.
One serving is 12 ounces, 39 grams of added sugar. So, I mean, there's a lot of sugar, there's a lot of calories.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to drink.
Many of the fruit juices you buy are actually nothing more than flavored sugar water.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, juices gotta be like one of the worst things, bro. Like, oh my gosh. When you grow up and learn how much sugar is in this shit and how it's just artificial, it's not even like real, you know what I'm saying, fruit juice or anything. It just like disgusts you, like, ew, bro, like, ew. Now, there's one juice that I just will still drink, kind of. Not really, I don't just buy them, but if they're in the fridge, whatever. And they're Capri Suns. Capri Suns, specifically Pacific Cooler, bro. That and also a V8 juice. V8 juice, I love that. And apple juice is good. Orange juice is good for you. So those have benefits, but you're just getting all these fruity drinks and stuff that have all this sugar. Even if you get apple juice or whatever, like there's certain apple juices that are just straight concentrated juice and it's not even good at the end of the day. It's stripped of all the nutrients of the apple. Like, you just gotta watch out for things. You gotta look at things and the contents that are inside of it, because dude, it can just trick you, you know? It can say natural this, whatever, and then in the back it shows all this bullshit that's in it, bro. But yeah, I don't drink juice anymore because it's literally, like you said, just you drinking a whole bunch of sugar, bro.
I don't think this has anything to do with
That's the thing, it's worse than soda. Like, I would recommend drinking soda before drinking juice, bro.
They are all lacking real vitamins and minerals. Some synthetic dyes that are used in the textile industry are also found in foods as colorants. However, fresh fruit and vegetables aren't easily accessible here.
$16 for this. Eating healthy shouldn't be this expensive.
In a city where a full triple meat...
See, and that's my point that wraps around to the first point I was saying, bro. Like, eating healthy and stuff is not the cheapest. And I mean, overall, I feel like it just depends where you live too and stuff. Overall, you know, throughout the week and stuff, I feel like things will add up to be cheaper than just eating out all the time. But still, it's just like in that moment, like you're looking at a thing, oh, a fruit platter for 16 bucks or all this snacks, all this juice, all this thing for about the same price, you know? It's like, it's a really tough decision, you know?
Meal cost only less than $12. No one chooses to spend $16 on fruit. McAllen residents earn about 30.
So the fruit was $16 and they could come here and get a meal for $12, bro. Like, oh my gosh, that's a no-brainer.
Fruit. McAllen residents earn about 30% less than the US average. So eating healthy is often out of reach. It takes real willpower to resist fast food that is cheaper, easier, and tastier.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like to judge and stuff, because depending on people's situations and stuff, chat, like you can make fun of people, whatever, but most likely if you're making fun of people, how they look and whatever, then you're just a fucking dumbass and you don't understand like what people can really be going through. Just like you said, this city or whatever, they make 40% or whatever percentage lower than the average American does. So they already make less. The foods don't go less with them. The costs don't go down with their earnings. It goes up just like it does every single year with inflation and stuff, and especially nowadays with the stupid ass leaders that's in charge, just making everything fucking worse for everybody. But already with that factor, you just gotta have an understanding that yeah, there's literally choices of getting fast food at a cheaper price when you're already making low money versus, you know, buying the healthy stuff when it's more expensive, and it just keeps getting more expensive. It's like how do you expect people to choose to eat healthy? And that's the faults of the companies and shit, bro. They know what they're doing. They're trying to get people fat, trying to get people in the hospital. They spend all that money on bills and death and everything, bro. Like it's a system, bro.
It's tempting to pick up a quick low-cost dinner like this corn-coated sausage after work. It looks premium with labels like no byproducts and real honey. However, the turkey is mechanically separated, which is a cheap paste-like meat, and most of the sweetness comes from corn syrups, not real honey.
These are not actual foods. I can't believe kids eat these. 9
yeah,
vitamins
this is so
and
bad.
minerals. These are not the best ways to get these. Lower cholesterol.
Cereal is another low-key killer, bro, because the amount of sugar and stuff that is in these, especially, you know, like the ones I used to love as a kid, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Reese's Pieces, Trix, Fruit Loops, you know what I'm saying, those type of cereal, you just look at how much sugar and calories it has in it, and it's not good. Even these ones that say can help lower cholesterol, or, you know, has a protein or whole grain or whatever, it's still bullshit. Like it's still a whole bunch of shit in there. Like yeah, it might be like technically a better option, but the overall stats of it, and you look at the nutrition facts, it's not that much different than the regular thing. They're just putting it in your face, because if they even lower it like a percentage or lower than a percentage of cholesterol, whatever, they could just slap that on the thing because they're legally able to, and that's some fucked up shit.
The label says it supports heart health inside a heart-shaped icon, but the product actually increases the risk of heart disease.
Exactly.
With colorful packaging, these ultra-processed cereals are heavily marketed to children.
Look at these foam plates. They put a meal here, but this meal is unhealthy. Hamburger and French fries. This shouldn't be the first food that comes to your mind.
These images do nothing but normalize unhealthy eating.
No added sugar? Is it real? I don't care. I don't believe that.
We bought what locals buy, and now we're making a typical McAllen dinner.
Nick, can you prepare us a classic American
W.
meal?
Nick.
I absolutely can.
At this point, I don't know how far Chef Nick DiGiovanni will take this.
I think first we make some fried chicken. All American food has lots of fat and lots of salt. We're going to go in with a bunch of oil.
Canola oil contains toxic compounds that can be harmful when consumed in large amounts. While waiting for it to heat up, we are making a big indulgent milk.
Yeah, I just feel there's a lot of alternative things that you can use. Like for example, this oil, you could replace it with spray oil, and most of the sprays have either very low calorie or no calories at all. And you know, like I said, with the sodas and stuff, like there's a whole bunch of variants that you can get at your disposal, so that you don't have to literally indulge in all this oil, all this grease, and all this shit, that sugar and stuff. You know, like there's options.
6 scoops of ice cream in total to boost.
That's a good thing.
5 cookies go in, each worth 65 calories.
It's building up.
He adds heavy cream for extra softness and richness.
Each one of these spoonfuls is 50 calories.
10 spoons means exactly 500 calories. That's how easily it adds up.
10.
Wow.
How's that? I would say we have 2,250 calories in this shake alone.
Now it's time to give it a whiz.
So this is gonna be one shake?
He's pouring out the mix. Whipped cream adds extra calories. Meanwhile, the chicken soaked up the oil like a sponge while frying. The mac and cheese Nick prepared earlier is also done.
I made you some.
I ain't gonna lie, Nick. That mac and cheese don't look a little hearty, bro. That don't look like black mac and cheese. Hey, Nick, you gotta go back to the board, man. But it might taste hella good though, so let me leave my judgment. But I'm just saying, it don't look like that. You know what I'm saying?
Fried chicken, some mac and cheese, some French fries, a milkshake, and got you a big gulp.
This 7th.
Now these big goals, that takes me back, bro. Oh my gosh. I remember one of the apartments I used to live in back in the day had a 7-Eleven right by it. So I used to walk there. There's like a laundromat and stuff too. So we wash clothes and get a big gulp. Oh my gosh. That used to be so refreshing, bro. Can't even lie.
1,000-calorie dinner is loaded with fat and has way more carbs than anyone should eat in a day.
Can you have a guess of how many grams of sugar is in this? Almost 110 grams.
Oh yeah, definitely over 100 for sure.
It feels good now, but my body will definitely regret it later.
Alright guys, I think I'm not gonna be able to finish it. I'm halfway there.
Before calculating my total calorie intake today, we're here to see what life looks like years later for someone who eats like this every single day. We're about to meet an obese individual who has become trapped in his own body.
Hello, can we come in?
Go straight to the back.
All right.
To protect him, we blurred his face and fully concealed his identity. Even though we voluntarily shared his story during filming.
That's a W.
He is at least 600 pounds above his ideal body weight and now lives his life entirely in his bed because...
I just look at this, like he has to have this bed, you know, a specific bed built for him and have him leaning up just so he can just be up and not be laying flat all the time because he cannot get up.
Of his extreme weight.
And my current weight is unknown. Last time I was weighed, I was 745.
What about your
God damn,
I'm
bro.
5'8.5".
Why do you have an oxygen machine?
Bro, he's 5'8". The way how big he looks makes him look like fucking 6'4", dude.
745.
What about your height?
God
I'm
damn.
5'8.5".
Why do you have an oxygen machine?
You know, you could lose your breath. It can equal to the most worst tragedy.
He ended up in a homeless shelter while struggling with a life-threatening disease.
I picked up a bad habit, a drug habit, and I was under the influence for over 8 years.
Cannabis can trigger strong food cravings. After he quit, his brain was still seeking dopamine, and food became the substitute.
This eating thing is not even filling that hole I once had with the drugs, so I'm double eating.
He got to the point that he couldn't even get through.
Yeah, that's another thing that I feel like is very true. Is that eating kind of becomes like a comfort thing. Obviously doing drugs and stuff like he's saying can make the eating get worse and everything, and like actually, but I'm just talking about just straight from my experience. I feel like whenever I'm kind of like stressed or going through things in life, I tend to just like the first thing I want to do that I know will make me feel better is eat and eat good food, like something that I'm craving, something that's, you know, really bad, you know, not really bad, but just something I'm craving. Like I'll want some McDonald's noodles and, you know, some Jack in the Box in the middle of the night or something. Like I'm just going through it, stress from work or whatever. Like just anything where it's my mind is kind of mixed up with things or whatever. Like the comfort is food. And I could get how somebody that has a constantly stressful life or whatever, you know, they just look forward to whatever food they're eating and stuff, and that can become a big problem because obviously getting more obese and you're just eating just for, you know, comfort and not even really because you want to be full, you know?
Room's door.
How many calories in total?
A day?
For a day, yes.
Like 10,000 calories.
God,
I would
damn.
eat 3 McChickens, a Big Mac combo, cookies, 20-piece nuggets with the sauce, large fries. After I ate and all that food, there were 3 meals that you get at the hotel every day.
Haven't you felt any like fullness in your stomach?
I would eat and I would get full, but my mind would tell me, "Ooh, it's good, keep going."
In 9 months, he found himself bed.
That's how it is, especially with the sweet shit, bro. Especially with sweet shit that just tastes good. Now, after a while, at least for me, it gets a little too sweet. I'm just like, okay, I can't eat this no more. I literally feel like sick. But I can imagine some people just keep going, bro. Even if they do feel sick, but just because it tastes good, you know?
Found unable to stand up.
I gained 200 pounds that year.
On the bed.
On the bed.
His food addiction grew so severe that he was manipulating the apps just to eat when he couldn't afford it.
I got obsessed with getting free food from. I will call customer service, lie to them, and tell them the driver was rude. Oh, it's like this sticky brown stuff on my bag, and I don't want to touch it. So they'll have another person redeliver the same big meal again, or they'll give me my money back, and I'll go to a different restaurant.
What is the first thing?
I feel like a lot of people be doing that shit, bro. I feel like we've all done that like once, bro. Well, not really. Like I feel like I will call somebody if they genuinely mess up, but sometimes it's like little things. Sometimes it's like, oh, they didn't fill the fries up all the way, or they missed a couple nuggets in my thing. But that's still inconvenient though, because how do I know my driver didn't eat it or something? They didn't eat it, the workers. So I mean, I feel like that's pretty valid.
That's your thing when you wake up in the morning.
What am I gonna eat this morning? Do I have a doctor's appointment today? I can take my medicine on camera, huh? Let's do that. It's a lot of medication.
Jesus. This is the thing that I just never want to get to, bro. Like having to take 20 different fucking pills every single day. Like this should motivate you to not want to get this big, bro. Because like I said, you know, he has a lot of visceral fat at this point. You get this big, you are going to have medical problems. Like it's inevitable, you know, and you're gonna have to take all these pills to, you know, control your heart rate, to control your blood pressure and all that shit. It just adds up, bro.
Literally only have weight on my bones.
And I'm the type of person, I hate like pills and stuff. I hate drugs. Like anything that's not natural, I hate it. Like I hate having to take stuff, you know. And I know some things are essential, especially if you have certain things, but just even taking like ibuprofen, like I hate just putting stuff in my body that's like not supposed to be there.
My health is A1.
He has to take all the medications in this bag every single day.
I have a bedpan under my bed that I wash it, you know, daily, weekly, whenever I use it. My sleeping schedule is, let's say I go to bed at midnight. I'm not gonna wake up till 6 o'clock the next evening. You're always laying in the bed, so you don't know when your body is sleepy and when it's not.
Do you want to take a break?
I'm okay, it's whatever you want to do. I have a high confidence level. I can talk about things without being shamed. My nutritionist has me on a regimen.
Yeah.
After losing 9,
like I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, let me not go in this frame. His ball's about to slip out. Anyways, I feel like it's a good thing to have confidence and stuff. You never want to take that away from someone, but you don't want that confidence to turn into arrogance, I would say. And by arrogant, it's not like the typical arrogant where like, oh, people just call anybody that's confident arrogant or you know, full of themselves or whatever. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro. Like it's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself. But what I mean by turning it into arrogance is like literally taking away, because you're confident in yourself, you don't want to fix these bad habits that could literally kill you, bro. Like this is serious, you know, and you don't want your confidence to be like, well, hey, I'm confident in my body or whatever, and that's fine. But it's like, okay, but now you got to be confident in your health, buddy. Like you got to get healthy, because if not, like the people around you are gonna suffer because you're gonna go earlier than you're supposed to just because of really bad habits and stuff. That can be fixed if you reach out for help, you know, get the right help and stuff. You know, it's harder than it just seems. Like you just tell somebody, oh, you gotta lose weight, but it's way harder than that. It is doable, just like anything else in life, you know.
Diet plan. He's recently been able to walk a few meters with a walker. He strained himself so hard just to get out of bed that his gums bled.
What the fuck? His gum started bleeding because he lifted himself off the bed, dude. I've never seen that in my life.
Size more. I'm walking now. I can take steps. I'm doing physical therapy.
What is something that you miss doing the most?
Freedom is a beautiful thing. If you're not free, life is not going to be worth living. I want to thank you personally. Help me share my story.
Today, I ate like a local in McAllen.
I still can't get over the bleeding gums, bro. How does that happen? Like, I need somebody to scientific. I mean, the only thing I can think of is just the pressure. Kind of like when you're deadlifting and you're lifting a huge weight. Like, that's the only thing I could think of, because he was like lifting himself. So I guess the pressure that you feel is squeezing your muscle or whatever. It's so vast because of how much he weighs and how much he has to lift. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That just goes to show like how fucking big he is. Like, he literally, his own mass, lifting his own self will make him bleed.
And in just 9 hours,
That's
I consumed
insane.
9,825 calories. If I ate like this every single day for a month and kept my activity level the same, I would gain about 40 pounds.
Obesity in McAllen isn't just about food, it's about culture, economy, and of course city planning.
Exactly.
A healthier future for McAllen will depend not just on individual choices, but also on the actions taken by local authorities.
Exactly.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube.
This is great. I love that he didn't just go in and it's like, everybody here is fat. This is a bad city, you know, blah, blah, blah. Because that's how a lot of race-bait people are. And, you know, they just want to go and expose people and do things. But I love this professional journalism where it's like he gets the full story of things and understands it. Because like he said, it's not just about the individuals. The individuals play a huge part of it because you got to make choices. But those choices become even harder when your economy, the people around you, the local authorities, the people that control everything, the businesses, the corporations, they make it super fucking hard for anybody to live normally or to be able to afford things. Like, it's a whole bunch of things that play into it. You know, the family you grow up in, the poverty. It's so many factors that can play into you being obese or just having a disadvantage in something in life in general. And you got to understand that. And now, like I always preach and stuff, like you can always do whatever you put your mind to, no matter what situation you come from and stuff. But you know, it is okay to, like, I sympathize with people that come from tough situations and how they feel like they're not able to do things, because, you know, like even I felt that feeling sometimes when I was younger and stuff, like, damn, am I ever gonna be able to do these certain things or afford these certain things, even be mentioned in certain conversations, like just a whole bunch of things that, you know, obviously now thanks to you guys and my beautiful fan base and everything, like I'm able to live out. But it's just, you know, I understand that doubt that you have, but you just gotta like just keep pushing, keep doing things that you love and stuff, and understand that the world is just not, you know, it's not made to just be all sunshine and rainbows. And it's like, you know, I'm all for hardships and going through things, but it's, you know, I feel like the world is kind of squeezing on people that are in bad situations, and you have to work harder to get out, no matter what the fucking old ass boomers say and shit. You know, new generation, like we have to deal with a lot of fucking bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and prices going up, inflation, all that shit. So it's hard out here, man, but it's doable. And yeah, chat, I just want to, you know, this is a positive video. I feel like, you know, I haven't really made like a serious video like this in a minute, but you know, it's always good to talk about these things and stuff. And yeah, chat, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments on this video, if it could relate to you in any way, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.